Hello class, this is Nina, your project management instructor and coach. In this video, we will explore the concept of schedule network diagram. And in the next video, topic 14, we will go through a schedule network diagram example. Let's get started. Schedule network diagram. After we have our work breakdown structure and our work breakdown structure dictionary, so WBS and the WBS dictionary, which is an output of the process create WBS, which is in planning process. As a result of that process of creating a WBS, we end up with the WBS and the WBS dictionary. Those two items then become very crucial as we move on to the next process in planning, which is in schedule management. That process is called define activities. What is define activities? It's when we take our work packages from our WBS and break them down into smaller pieces we call project activities. The actual tasks, activities within our project that have to take place in order for us to complete our project deliverables. So all the activities we break our work packages into are meant to create that specific piece of scope, that specific work package. What do we do with this list of activities? Well, this activity list and our knowledge of the attributes of these activities then helps us in order to end up creating a project schedule. How does that happen? Well, what we do is we take these activities and we figure out their order, their sequence, in the process called sequence activities. We figure out their relationship, which activity needs which other activity to finish before it can start, which activity needs another activity to start before it can start. We try to figure out what is the relationship between these activities and the order in which they take place. In other words, the sequence. Also, we add the estimated activity duration from our estimate activity duration process to that, and now we're ready to actually create our schedule network diagram. Schedule network diagram is very important because it serves several purposes. One, we see the exact graphical visualization of all the project activities and their sequence for our project. It also shows us the duration of all the activities, and it shows us the earliest an activity can start without delaying the project, the earliest it can finish, the latest it can start without delaying another activity or project overall, and the latest it has to finish by not to delay the project. So we get our early start, which is our top left. We have our early finish, which is our top right. We have our late start, which is our bottom left. And we have our late finish, which is our bottom right. We have to understand that there are different paths through our network diagram, but we still have to do all the activities. We can't just say, oh, you know what, I don't like that path. That's a long path. You don't have a choice. You have to do all of these activities in order to achieve that scope. Because remember, where did the activities come from? From your scope breakdown. And to meet the project deliverable, you need to accomplish all of that scope. So we have to make sure all of those things are done. We want to know what are all the different paths to the network diagram. We want to know what is their duration. The longest path through our network diagram is our critical path. All the activities on the critical path have zero float, no wiggle room. Also, all the activities on our critical path cannot be delayed, because if an activity on a critical path is delayed, then our entire project will be delayed. So even activities that are not on our critical path, they can impact and delay our critical path matter, because we cannot afford to delay activities that are on our critical path. This is really, really important. You cannot delay that. So that's really critical. When we're doing the forward pass, we're figuring out what are the top two numbers, the early start and the early finish. When we're doing the backward pass to the network diagram, we're figuring out what's our late finish and our late start, the bottom half of our activity square, right? So we have to remember the formula for forward pass for zero method that we learned today is early start plus duration equals early finish. And when we have convergencies, we have to make sure that we take the bigger number, okay? When we're doing the backward pass, the formula is late finish minus duration equals late start. And when there's convergencies, we're taking the smaller number on the backwards pass. So those are very, very important concepts. We also have to remember that when we're transitioning between the forward pass and backward pass, that first late finish that's on the activities that connects to end equals to your longest early finish activity, which means your critical path activity that connects to end. That early finish will become the late finish for every activity connecting to the end. Why? Because that is the latest any activity connecting to the end has to be done by without delaying the project.